Young Ones. This is the last episode for season 2, and I'm just so happy with my guests right now, and of course, our partnership with the FOI Youth Ambassadors Program. And with me, again, she's been with me for the whole season, and here's hoping that we'll get another one. Okay, Miss Daniel Echeverria, Training Specialist 3. Hi, Daniel.
Hello, Miss Jada, and also hello to all the young ones tuning in on this episode. So I hope you're all safe and warm at the comfort of your home. So
Oh,
very
yeah.
appliance center.
Yes.
Very appliance center.
Very PSA-ish. Okay, no, Daniel, this is so exciting. This is the last episode, and we're just so happy to be bringing this episode to you finally. Daniel, before we begin, once again, any news or information that you need to tell our viewers, our young viewers,
So
right now,
our
before we
young
begin?
viewers are probably on their academic break. So I encourage you all to browse the eFOI portal. So it's foi.gov.ph. So you may see some interesting government information out there, or requests for government information that you can follow, or maybe you yourself can request some legit government information from legit government agencies. So just type foi.gov.ph or the eFOI portal. So that's all, Miss Jada.
Okay, we will repeat that again before we say goodbye later on in just a few minutes. And this episode is we are going to be talking about the future of FOI and the Youth Ambassadors Program. There is so much to look forward to, I'm sure, despite the pandemic and the lockdowns that we are experiencing right now. And of course, the rain, the thunderstorms, and all that. And today I am so happy and so proud to give you our student guests for this episode. Daniel, why don't you start to introduce our first one?
Our first guest is from the North. So he's the editor-in-chief of Sirmata, a third-year BA Communications student from Mariano Marcos State University. So let's say hi to Jamiko Chris Jinko. Hello, Jamiko. Miko. Hi,
Hi, Miss
Miko.
Daniel.
Things are looking up in the North Naks. Okay. And our next guest is from Palawan, where we want to go now kasi maraming beach sa Palawan, right? Even if, it's stormy, but it's been a long time. Anyway, he is the student government president and student regent of Palawan State University. Let's all give a warm welcome to Elijah Daniel Gianga. Hi, Elijah.
Hello everyone. Ayan, hello to all the listeners out there. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
And can I just say, Elijah is joining us from their studio in campus. They have a studio in Palawan State University that they can use for things like this, for videos and photo shoots. So yay, mabuhay. Okay, let's get on with it, Daniel, with the first question for the kids.
So the first question is already serious. So I will ask you guys, through the eyes of a young leader, how do you see the relevance of FOI in the daily lives of ordinary Filipinos, and also in a larger perspective, the entire nation? So we'll start with Elijah.
So ayan, no? First question pa lang talagang medyo kumbaga talagang how should I say, parang maangas na question, talagang seryosong question. Well, for me, the compelling need of access to information to keep up in a fast-paced society is what makes freedom of information relevant in the lives of the Filipino people. So in the light of the rise of fake news, especially nowadays, credible information and communication from direct agencies are significant, more than ever, to battle misinformation. So ayun po.
So yes, yun nga, Miss Jada, tama yung sinabi ni Elijah, and I really agree with that kasi sobrang noisy. There's a surge of information and there's difficulty in looking at reliable sources. So if the government is the source, then it's legit information, of course, through FOI, through the FOI mechanism. So let's hear now from Miko. So how do you see the relevance of FOI?
As for me, Miss Jada, I think uh, the FOI is a strong tool for the youth, and as a young leader, I see FOI as a tool for democracy because uh, in such a government such as the Philippines, it requires all its citizens to be participative. And how can we participate if we do not know or we are not well aware of the information that we need to access, such as matters of public concern, so that we can help in deciding, or it can help in the thought formation of us young leaders on, like, for example, how to decide on how to elect our officials since the election is coming, such as that, Miss Jada, Miss Daniel.
Thank you so much, Miko and Elijah. Are you guys registered already? Have you registered? Or
Yes, pa.
Yes.
oh my
Of
God!
course, Miss Jada.
Congratulations! That's good. That's really good. It's so nice to hear. And yes, Daniel, just like what Elijah and Miko said, you really have to be able. Kailangan mong salain the information that you're getting from all directions. Social media, whether it's from your friends. And you be like Superman. You know how Superman hears everything, but he was able to just pick the ones that he really needed to hear, right? So I guess that's how the FOI is to us, like Superman. Sinasala niya. All right. Next question. Next question for this beauty pageant, guys. Miss Universe questions kasi to eh. Diba? Okay. How can the youth sector become the strongest FOI ally in the country, and what can you guys contribute, and what do you think the government or FOI PMO should do on the other hand to support? Wow, that's a lot, no, in one question. But first, how can you guys be a strong ally to FOI? Yun muna. Okay, let's start with Miko.
I think in a very simple mean, we can be a part of this collective action, Miss Jada, by simply knowing what to multiply on our social media. Of course, young professionals, young leaders, we are very adept with the new technology, and a lot of us are using our social media to peddle a lot of information. And the least thing we could do is yun po, to filter those information so that um, the people that we get to influence would also get the right information that they need po.
Okay, what do you think the government or the FOI PMO should do pa on their part naman?
Um, I actually think that the FOIPMO is doing really good with their programs, especially with the FOI Students Ambassadors Camp, which we attended with Kuya Elijah, because I think that's a very good program for us students and young leaders to be a part of this collective action. You see, in the Philippines alone, the youth sector covers a large fraction of information consumers, and who and sino pa yung itatap ng FOI to be better advocates of the freedom of information, if not the youth sector, so that we can
That's
influence
true.
more people, and we can encourage them to access this free information that is catered by the government po.
Nice one. Nice answer, Mika. Daniel looks so happy
Yeah.
with your answer. Okay, Elijah. So how can the youth sector be a strong ally for FOI, and what do you think for their part the government and FOI should do to to seal the deal with the FOI?
Ayan. So, well, for us, no, in order for us to actually become the strongest FOI ally in our country or in our province or in our barangay, we as youth together with the FOI PMO must actively campaign for FOI so our fellow youth will be more aware of the existence of the said program. As for the FOI PMO, I agree with Miko, no, that they're actually doing a good job. But to add more to that, so I think we must convince the youth on how the campaign is timely and relevant, as especially nowadays na hindi natin nakakasama yung ating mga classmates, mga professors, or wala tayo sa university kasi it would be much more easier to cascade information kung mayroon sanang face-to-face kumbaga face-to-face classes or may physical activity, ganyan. But unfortunately, nowadays, we have to also alter yung mga programs natin. So I guess we can convince more the youth to be more engaged by more campaigns, especially sa social media as well as
Yeah.
other media advertisements. So yun.
That's good. Well said. Also, what do you think the government should do pa? Is there anything more that they can do, the government or FOI PMO?
Well, for me, as what I have said earlier, the PMO, they're actually doing a good job. But I guess yung pag-alter lang ng kanilang mga campaign, siguro it would be more nice kung magkaroon ng mga comic strips, ganyan. Kasi people nowadays, they are more interested with like yung parang jokes, di ba? Like, parang kumbaga i-alter natin yung FOI campaigns in a more fun way. Parang ganun.
Yeah, everybody. That's what we need right now. We all need to laugh and take things lightly because the world is so heavy. The energy is so heavy right now. So we have to make things light, especially for the youth,
Yes.
especially for the young ones in this country. Okay, Daniel, moving on.
Yes. So before I move on with the next question, I really understand what Elijah said. There's a difficulty in sharing information with the youth, and as much as we would like to conduct the FOI Youth Ambassador Camp in Visayas and Mindanao, we are still, Miss Jada, we are still conducting surveys with universities on the feasibility of the face-to-face conduct of the camp. So it's really hard. And I'm pairing up with Miko on this one because he is our intern. So we'll see what will happen with that. So okay. So our next question. So this is also a very Miss Universe question. So if you were to develop an FOI related policy or project, what would it be and why? So yeah.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah. Let's
Para
start
siyang
with
para siyang application question, parang
Yes,
interview.
Jada, di ba? Ang bongga.
Okay.
So
Alright.
yan. So we'll start with Mr. Palawan. So Elijah.
Palawan talaga. Ayun na nga, no, as what I have said earlier, due to this pandemic, we have to also alter or align our projects, our policies sa need ng society ngayon. Well, for me, if I will be given a chance, so yan, very Miss Universe, to develop an FOI related project, it would be for me kasi napapanahon ngayon, it would be a Facebook, Viber, WhatsApp information system or a chatbot where everyone is updated on the whereabouts or happenings of the government or kung ano man yung mga information na kailangan talaga ng youth, no? So this would allow us to have a first-hand information. So let's say, for example, kung may bill na napas na ganito, automatically lahat ng nakasubscribe sa chatbot or sa Facebook or sa Viber or sa WhatsApp, automatically we will have that first-hand information. So for me, it would be an information system or an active information system or a chatbot. So where everyone would be updated. So yun.
Yan, ang bongga. Tsaka ang
I
bongga din ng
know.
budget na kailangan natin talaga
Sobrang
sa
high-tech. But I love it. You
yes,
know?
pang youth. Very youthful yung idea. So yan. So we'll hear naman from Mr. Ilocos kay
From Mr.
Nico.
Ilocos. Ilocos Norte.
Ilocos Norte.
Thank you, Ms. Daniel, for that wonderful question. Ms. Daniel, I agree with Kuya Elijah that um, we should reorganize on how our policies are done or how it is mechanized. But I also think that there's still a portion of our youth, of our Filipinos in general, that do not have access to this kind of new technologies. And I think at the grassroots level, one of the best thing that we can use talaga to reach them is kung ano yung uh, adaptive sila. Like here in Locos Norte, we still subscribe, or a lot of us still listen to the radio, and I think that's a very good thing, especially sa mga liblib na lugar who do not actually have signal for internet connection
Yes.
to reach them, because we still need a heightened information dissemination when it comes to the FOI program, so that people can make use of it. So I think it would be best if we can have like somewhat partnership with local radio stations, so that there would be a constant information dissemination or reiteration of the program, so that they would be reminded that there's this government service that's dedicated for them, and they can make use para mas maging involved sila, and yun, alam nila ang nangyayari sa government natin.
The next question is the FOI will be on its 5th year, okay, in just a few Kembot. All right. Now, how do you see the future of FOI? Elijah, you go first.
So yeah, for me, the FOI would become or will become a significant tool in changing the Filipino people. No, years from now, I see more youth, more people involved in our societal issues and equipped knowledge because of FOI. So talagang in the near future, I would say it would be beneficial yung FOI program to all the Filipino people out there, especially in having or in accessing to important or first-hand information. So for me, I would see far more development, kumbaga more development with the FOI programs.
Yes, more development. Okay, Miko, what's your answer? What is the future of FOI?
You see, Ms. Jada, based from recent data from 2016 to July these years, citizens have at least made 65,000 requests, and 54 LGUs have passed ordinances strengthening FOI. And this only tells that there is much need for government transparency and access to information on matters of public interest. And in the near future, just like what Kuya Elijah said, I see FOI having a lot of developments, and I also believe that in the near future, FOI would be enacted into law, so that it covers a larger range when it comes to government held information and not just the executive branch, so that mas talagang strengthened yung transparency when it comes to government. Yun po.
Yeah, we should really, I know that, no, advocate for that, no, Daniel, no? For
Yes,
it to
Ms.
be...
Jada. And to add din sa sinabi ni Miko, yun nga, we have 54 LGUs with FI ordinance. So it's a long way to go din, although marami-rami na kasi 54. Kasi LGUs are only encouraged under the executive order to implement FOI. So they still need to enact FOI ordinances so that they can adopt the FOI mechanism in their LGU. So if ever there are mayoras listening out there and local chief executives, so we urge you to enact your FOI local ordinance. So there will be a FOI mechanism in your LGU. So yun po, Miss Jada.
Okay, last and final question.
So for our last question, so what is your message for the youth to advocate for FOI? So we'll start with Elijah.
Ayan. So before I will answer the question, no, so I would like to greet all the listeners, ayan, as well as my Palawan State University family, and my Death Note Call of Duty mobile players or my fellow players, ayan. So talagang pin-promote, no. So ayan, more games, more screams, and more I should say more tournaments. Ayan, actually maganda din, no. Idagdag ko lang rin, nag-sleep lang siya sa mind ko. Siguro mas maganda din na yung na magkaroon din ng parang application yung FOI na parang interactive application whereas magkaroon siya ng games or interactive games. Pero ayun, karagdagan lang doon kanina sa sinabi ko. Well, anyway, to proceed, no, to answer the question, well, to my fellow youth, I highly encourage everyone to advocate for the FOI, to use this for our studies. So talagang tayo yung number one users kasi kung may research, kailangan natin ng data or ng sufficient data or ng first hand data, kailangan natin si FOI as well as to obtain yung first hand information or truthful information na tinatawag, and to also lastly yung to avoid fake news kasi talagang naglipana ang fake news nowadays. So yun lang. So to all my fellow youth, talagang we have to advocate for FOI.
Well said. Now, Miko's turn.
As for me, Miss Jada, I think again it's very simple. As information sharers and provider ourselves, we should really be critical in analyzing the information that comes in and out of our social media feeds, so that it's the least we can do as help for other people. That when the information gets to them, it's already filtered, and we can sanitize them from fake news, disinformation, and misinformation. And also another thing, Miss Jada, I think having this FOI is a good contribution to in making sure of a good governance, but the access of the potential to have good governance does not necessarily lie on the willingness of the government to be transparent, but also lies on the willingness of the citizens to demand and make use of the information that they are given. So yun po, Ms. Jada.
Love it.
Nice. Daniel, ilang points ba to?
Sweet tie. Tie sila.
Tie sila. Tig 100 points.
Title holder.
Oo nga. So, thank you so much, guys. Miko, is there anybody you wanna say hi to, shout out, mga ka-gamers, kung meron, kung nag-game ka tulad ni Elijah? Go ahead. You can do it right now.
I'd like to greet my teachers, from my professors from the Mariano Marga State University, and of course my blockmates from the BA Communication third year class. And yeah, yun po. I'd like to have them a good day because they're actually having their internships as well, and we're close to finishing it, and I hope we did a very good job with our internships. Yun po.
Thank you so much, Miko, and good luck on your future endeavors. Elijah, may nakalimutan ka pa ba? Pwede mo pang pahabol.
Ayan, so of course, yun na nga, baka magalit yung aking mga professors, no? So I would also like to extend my greetings to all my professors, especially from the College of Teacher Education. Ayan, a pleasant day to each and every one. Of course, to my fellow students. So, and to all the admin officials of Palawan State University who have been very supportive with all the programs and activities of the students. Kahit na pandemic, talagang sobrang madaming projects pa rin ginagawa. So, ayan.
Yay! Oo, tama kasi they won't let you use the studio anymore if you don't mention your professors and yung mga kasama mo dyan sa course mo. Okay, Daniel, like I said, we're gonna do this one more time. Any more announcements or news or information from your side, your neck of the woods?
Okay, so please take advantage of the EFY portal. So it's www.foi.gov.ph. So you can browse existing government requests, existing government information there, and you can even request for government information through the website. So it's www.foi.gov.ph. And if you guys are also interested in government programs and services, so we have our TV show FYI with Yusek Chris Ablan. So it airs every Sunday, 8:30 to 9 p.m. on IBC 13 and live streamed via Facebook through the FYI official Facebook page. So thank you, Ms. Jada.
Anybody you want to say hi to? Because this is the last episode.
Oo nga, no? Nakalimutan ko.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd like to say hi to my boss, to our big boss, Yusek Chris Ablan, to my other boss, Miss Eden Mendoza, who has been very supportive of me for this podcast. So I would like to thank them for this. So also my family in Bulacan, the Echevarria family, and to my classmates in UP. So I really miss them because we've been, online since last year. So I miss the late night dinner after class. So I miss my friends in UP, Majoy, Maron, and Syra. So thank you, Miss
Maron.
Jada. I will miss you too.
I will miss you so much, Daniel. And first off, thank you so much, Elijah. And hope to visit Palawan really, really soon. And Mika, also, I would like to go up north as well, as soon as our situation permits. Okay,
Just tell
so
me
thank you
when
so
you
much,
do so, Miss
Elijah.
Jada.
I will!
Yes.
I will. And hopefully kasama ko yung mga taga-FOI, sila
Yes,
Daniel,
yes.
kasama sila, diba? When we go there. Thank you so much, Elijah. And thank you so much, Miko. And Daniel, I cannot thank you enough. Alam mo yun,
Thank you din po.
for being with me this second season. Thank you so much to Ate Eden Mendoza. Thank you so much to Danica Orculio for, just being in the Viber group with me and just being happy every single time. And of course, to Yusek Chris Ablan. Yusek, thank you so much for this huge support for Young Ones for this podcast. Maraming salamat. I will probably send puto kochinta or donuts soon to your office. And of course, from our end, I would like to say thank you to the Director General of PBS, Sir Bong Aportadera, for allowing us to do this. This is for the youth, and this is for the right dissemination of information as well. Most especially to the future of our country, which is the youth. And thank you so much also to Miss Joey Domingo, our Deputy Director General. Thank you so much for supporting us all the way, all the time. Okay, I can't thank you enough. And to Tony Ramos, our associate producer, maraming salamat sa iyo, Tony. Every episode kasama po natin siya. You can't see her, but she is in charge. And to our editor, the one who edits the intros, the extras, and everything that you see and hear here on Young Ones, Patrick Roque. Thank you so much for helping us out, for making it really, really wonderful audio and visual as well. Once again, Young Ones, ladies and gentlemen, Season 2, thank you so much for joining us. Do follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at FM1, at Republica FM1 Manila, and also on Twitter at Republica FM1. Young Ones is also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search up Young Ones PH. And do not forget to always tune in to Republica FM1.
The Radio Republic of the Youth, Republica FM1, brings you Young Ones Season 2 in partnership with Freedom of Information Philippines and the FOI Youth Ambassadors Program.
Young Ones.
Wednesday nights only on Republicast, on Republica FM1 Facebook page, Spotify, and YouTube.